You have 14 minutes.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. First of all, I will make my speech today in English for the reason that I'll be reading from certain extracts from a UN resolution on this issue. But wherever needed, I will interject in Sinhala. Honourable Chairman, I am indeed grateful to Honourable Bakir Marker for bringing this resolution, giving us all an opportunity to air our views on this issue. My heart has always been with the Palestinian people. And today I've got this opportunity of driving home the utter injustice that is committed on the people of Palestine. When I draw the attention of this House to the UN resolution, I have it here, and I'm proud to say that out of the 3 countries that constitute this particular organization, Malaysia, Senegal, and Sri Lanka, the chairman of this committee is no less a person than the former Chief Justice of this country and the present permanent representative, Mr. Mohan Piris. That, I believe, is a signal honor bestowed on this country. I will just say it in short in Sinhala. Garu Mulasanaruda Mantritumani, Ratawal Tunak මේ එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ කමිටුවේ ප්‍රධාන කමිටුවේ ඉන්නවා. ඒක තමයි සෙනගල්, මැලේසියා සහ ශ්‍රී ලංකා. හැබැයි මේකේ ප්‍රධාන සභාපතිත්වය ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට. වෙන කාටවත් නෙවෙයි, ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අපගේ නිත්‍ය නියෝජිත මොහාන් පීරිස් හිටපු අග්‍රවිනිශ්චකාරතුමාට. එතුමා මේ හදපු වාර්තාව ගැන මං ආඩම්බර වෙනවා. Now, this particular resolution has a reason from the UN resolution 76/80 of the General Assembly. And the UN resolution covers exactly about a period of 1 year, that is from the 1st September 2021 to 31st August 22. When I went through this report, I was stunned by the utter injustice, cruelties committed on the people of Palestine. This resolution says that the special committee wrote to the Israeli government and said, please tell us what your grounds are. Then it says there was total silence from the Israeli government. Therefore, the committee on its own investigated, and these are some of the utter cruelties that they found, which have been itemized here. This particular committee has been asked to look into the atrocities committed against the Palestinian people from 1968. We all know about that 1967 war. So, for 55 years, huge cruelties and injustices have been heaped upon the people, hapless people of Palestine. Some of the issues that are raised here in this UN report, I might read: briefings to the special committee underscored Israeli policies and practices that infringe upon the human rights of Palestinians in a discriminatory manner vis-à-vis the treatment granted to Israeli citizens living in the same area. Very clearly it says the Israeli citizens in that area are served with a different spoon, and the Palestinians are served with a very poor spoon by the Israelis. And it says, the alarming increase in Palestinian fatalities. Honourable Member, I repeat, the alarming increase in Palestinian fatalities, acquiescence, support and participation of Israeli security forces, the criminalization and detention of human rights defenders, the detention, assault and killing of journalists, and continued Israeli annexation of Palestinian land, including the Mazafa Yatta land, which is given in more detail later, which constitute the largest displacement of Palestinians since 1967 and may amount to forcible transfer, a grave breach of international humanitarian law. Here is a resolution aptly saying that the Israeli government has committed a grave breach of international humanitarian law in forcibly transferring the people of Palestine. And I'm proud that the Sri Lankan representative in the UN chaired this committee and came to these conclusions. Then, regarding the killing of Palestinians, they have itemized some glaring instances. From 1st January to August 11, 2022, I read from this statement. 1st January to August 2022, quite recently, the Israeli security forces killed 74 Palestinians, including 20 children. Heartrending to listen to this. And from 10th to 21st May 2021, 41 Palestinians, including 9 children, were killed by Israeli security forces. According to the data collected by the United Nations Relief and Workforce Agency for Palestine, refugees in the Near East, which is called UNRWA, Israeli security forces injured a greater number of Palestinians in refugee camps with live ammunition than anywhere else in the occupied West Bank. How do you like that? The greatest killings, all the horrendous killings take place where? With live ammunition in Palestine. Why this slaughter of an innocent people? Then it goes on to say, in many instances, lethal force is often used by Israeli security forces as a first resort, including the 11th May 2022 killing of a 16-year-old Palestinian boy in the context of a stone-throwing incident. Can you believe this? The boy is 16 years of age. just because he threw some stones, shot and killed. And this is what our chairman says about that. The boy was shot in the chest from a distance of 100 meters, a distance at which he could not have posed a threat to the Israeli soldiers. The boy was at 100 meters, stone throwing. He could not ever be a danger to the Israeli forces. And what do? The child is 16 years, shoot and slaughter. Then, this UN report says, on 15th March 2022, another 16-year-old Palestinian boy was shot several times in the back and killed while running away from the armored vehicle of the Israeli security forces. I mean, these are gruesome, utterly gruesome slaughter. A child runs away from the armored vehicle of the Israelis and shoot and killing. Then on the 7th of March 2022, in which Israeli security forces were filmed employing lethal force against a suspect who had already been injured and was no longer a threat. A man falls injured. He is not a threat to anyone except to himself, and shot and killed. Then the special committee, this special committee chaired by our former Chief Justice, says the special committee was briefed that Israel is currently holding the bodies of 325 Palestinians. They are holding even the dead. And it has been repeatedly requested, at least as a humanitarian issue, return those dead bodies to those Palestinian people.
Honourable Member, you have 2 more minutes.
I can go on with this report for another 1 hour, but I will say the least because of the time restrictions. I must say this, Honourable Member. Recently we heard of the most inhuman, horrendous injustice harped by a foreign country by burning the Holy Quran. And our President, Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe, was one of the first to condemn that with the contempt that that act deserved. Before I conclude, I take this opportunity, Honourable Chairman, to condemn that myself, to shower it with the contempt and disdain that that act deserves. And I believe, I fervently hope that during my lifetime we will not hear such a disdainful and disgusting, disgraceful act again. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Gaurava Rishad Badudin.